The permanent exhibition at Soraru is a science exhibition, because Soraru is more than a community centre. It's a young person's science museum. And for instance, there are these things where you can look through and see as a bird's eye view. I'm not quite sure what a bird's eye view is, or a fisheye view. Presumably this is a fisheye lens in here. And if you look through there, then there's a fisheye view through those eyelets. Or this is a bug eye view, and it's a kind of well, like that, sort of lots of different lenses. What do you call that? Sort of pixelated eyes of insects, it says. And then there's some computers, and through here, don't know where Ray's gone. I always used to disappear when I went to science museums with my dad, but Ray's run off to press the buttons, I think. And there's lots of buttons to press and things to look at. In here there is more optical illusions. A room. Oh, there's Ray. He quite likes it. I used to like the button pressing. In here there's a room, a sort of optical illusion room, which sort of destroys your sense of perspective. And people are looking at us as we walk through the strange optical illusion here. There's a word for it, isn't there? I don't know what the word is. Yeah, but it does feel pretty weird. You have to look at the squares. And I bumped my head. And I don't suppose the video worked, but I'll have another look from back here. Or maybe through the eye hole. Yeah, it looks as if that the two halves of the room are the same, but in fact one of them is much smaller than the other. There. And over here there's a thing where you can roll balls down, and it says which one is the fastest. And you can roll 4 balls at once and see which is the fastest. And I predicted incorrectly, because my science is completely forgotten. I used to be a scientist. This thing here has got a lot of needles, and you can push your hand or face into it, and it sort of leaves an imprint of your hand. Yeah, interesting. And in here there's a sort of a party game where you put your hand through those rubber flaps here, and inside there are things that you've got to identify them, like a dead rat. No, there's nothing as grotesque as that, but there is something in there that you've got to identify just with the power of your sense of touch. And through here there's lots of buttons to press, and young boys especially seem to like it. We came to look at the trick art, but Ray refused to. We're going to have to miss lunch because Ray had to go to the science museum again, and Mummy's going to get angry because she doesn't like to miss lunch. I'm okay not having lunch. This thing is a it fires a metal ring over that arch, or the power of what's it called, a pivot, and where children can lift up their parents from that seat using the power of leverage, is it? I forget. Archimedes, someone said something about that, didn't they? I forget what they said now. Or central petal forces and gyroscopes, and you can turn yourself into a gyroscope. And there's not all that much here, but there's quite enough to spend at least half an hour pressing buttons and spinning things. So if you're stuck for something to do in Houfu, which is only about 30 minutes drive from Yamaguchi, come to the science museum called Soraru. And there might be a temporary exhibition on the first floor. Generally speaking, on the first floor, when there isn't a trick photo exhibition, there's sort of science classes where local volunteers will come and talk about the solar system, or how to look after... Ray says don't go off on your own. It's me that goes off on my own, not Ray. Sorry, Ray. Okay, so I better pay more attention to Ray.